Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the American Investor Show. Please click subscribe if this is your first time listening. From trader and CEO interviews to breaking news about companies you won't hear anywhere else, nobody does a better job at keeping you in the know when it comes to penny stocks. The term penny stock generally refers to a security issued by a very small company that trades at less than $5 per share. Penny stocks are extremely risky, yet they offer rates of return on investment not seen anywhere else. The host, guest, and callers are not registered financial advisors licensed by any government entity, and therefore, the following should be considered entertainment. The host, guest, and callers disclaim all liability in the event any information, commentary, analysis, opinions, advice, and/or recommendations prove to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unreliable, or result in any investment losses. Before investing in penny stocks, you should consult a professional to determine what strategy may be best for your individual needs. Now, without further ado, your host, LaSalle Anungu.
Yes. What's going on, people? It's your boy Sal, man. I'm in the building. Hopefully this is not too loud. Let me get it back a little bit here. Hopefully I don't sound too crazy loud. This is going to be a quick show, man. It's already kind of late. It's already 8 into my time, so this is going to be one of our quicker shows. All right. I just wanted to hear what the president had to say. I mean, nothing new. We'd already kind of heard everything. I didn't hear anything new in terms of, it was so interesting to hear something about like the jobs that he wants to do, like the job training centers. It also to talk about, prisoners coming out of people who've done their time. It's kind of interesting to see what does he mean by that. What does he mean by that? What I've always thought was fucked up was the fact that for those of you guys who've been to college or been in one of those vocational schools, if you've ever had like a marijuana charge, you can't have financial aid. I always thought that was really fucked up. So I'd love to see that go away. All right. Other than that, guys, great day on the markets for me. Today, I posted that on Twitter. I've been trying to do like the play-by-play on Twitter. That's why I've always thought that trading alerts in terms of like coming from a human being are bullshit, because by the time a human being gets it to you, you can't really act on it. That's why I kind of like that little black box stocks I've been pushing here, just because they come in faster and you can actually act on them because they're immediate. It's not like, oh, let me think about it. Oh, do I tell people? Do I not? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people in the chat room. You said experimental drugs. Yeah, Ket. McDonald's. People weren't sure on that win. You remember yesterday I was talking to you guys about that win? People say, "Oh, Mr. Lloyd," but I heard Mr. Lloyd on what he said about win. Mr. Lloyd was basically saying, well, it may not have sold out just yet. I was looking at it. I was thinking, man, this thing is ready. And I'm going to use my TTM squeeze here. I haven't brought it up on the show, but I do use it during the trading day. It's based off John Carter's TTM squeeze. Those of you guys who know John Carter, he comes, I think he owns Simpler Options. Or I don't know if they just hired him or what, but very popular guy in the trading world. In terms of like his little indicators that he creates. This is found in TradingView. This is someone else who programmed it into the TradingView platform. But I know some other platforms have it already built in. Yes, indeed. All right, so on that win trade, basically I was just looking for an opportunity to get a, out of the money, in the money situation, as I saw it go from literally oversold into we started seeing buying coming into the stock. And once I saw it go green, I was like, okay, this is going to be something. And I jumped in there and I put that on Twitter. Yeah. If you had the money to short, or if you had the money to buy puts, that was the thing to do, as it sold off very aggressively, staying, in the selling area. Staying into that selling area. All right. So as I said, big red day overall for the markets. I think we lost over 300 points at a certain time. We saw the Qs hang relatively well. I mean, the NASDAQ, I didn't see too many NASDAQ stocks sell off. I mean, it was basically nothing happened on Amazon. I did see Apple sell off pretty aggressively. I saw Apple move pretty aggressively lower. That was really interesting. Apple had got to a low of 164.70 before pulling back up a little bit. But I would consider that a red day for Apple. So, my indicators are telling me this is a buy opportunity for Apple going into earnings, which I believe is soon. I want to say it should be like literally around the corner. Literally around the corner. So you let me know what you guys are thinking about on Apple, for those of you guys who trade those big stocks. All right? Yes, indeed. So let's get to you guys' stocks. What are you guys looking at right now? I know Ken is probably long asleep, but his BYOC continues to go higher. The stock's oversold. You had a little bit of hesitation here. What you expect on a move like this? All right? This is what you're going to expect on a move like this. I personally wouldn't touch this at these levels, but you did have people who bought the dip and tried to go long on this stock. Now, I think BYOC needs a very healthy pullback, and it's going to get it really soon. It's going to get it really soon here, probably as soon as tomorrow. Stock's too cheap to short, so all you can really do is just either you like it or you don't. BYOC. What about that Powerhouse Insurance announcement from Berkshire and Amazon? That's really interesting. That was very interesting. And then we saw many of the insurance carriers sell off. Like Met, like Anthem, and some of those other ones. Anthem, which is the parent company of Blue Cross. I saw that sell off today, which is interesting because that Berkshire Amazon deal, it's actually a nonprofit company. That's kind of how they're talking about it. Is as a nonprofit. So I don't get that. I don't get that. So is this not going to be a publicly traded company? I'm not sure. Somebody talking about POTN. POTN, it's doing what it's got to do. They recently put out news that they're getting their paperwork together to get audited in order for them to get uplisted. Let me see here. POTN. Right now it's OTC Pink. If I'm correct, they want to go to OTCQB. If I'm correct, which would be a huge for a company like that, because now all of a sudden you're, instead of OTC Pink, you're OTCQB. You actually have to release filings, SEC documentation the right way. It's as if you're preparing to eventually, go into some of those major exchanges. So that's a good look for POTN. If you're not in it, you're going to get a very healthy pullback here in a day or two in POTN. They actually tried to do it today, but guys bought the lows. But you're going to get a healthy pullback here sooner or later in POTN. I'd say possibly, coming back to that 60 cents, maybe even 58, 55 cents again, and then it's going to go move higher. But you're going to get a healthy sell-off here. All right. Oh, thank you for bringing up HIPH, man. Thank you for bringing up HIPH. I don't know what to say to this. Man. This, again, we brought it up on yesterday's show. All right. It had a nice move for the day. I wouldn't have ever expected the move today. This alert came through on Black Box Stocks. I did see that alert, HIPH. I was playing options today, but I did see this alert in the morning. In fact, it came at 9:32. I saw where it hit. 9:32, you got the alert. So the full move was captured by traders if they wanted to, if you're a part of that. HIPH, nice move on that one. All right, beautiful candlestick. Look at that, man. Really nice candlestick. Let's go ahead and look at the 5-minute action on that. And let me go back here. Where's the day's move? This is the day's move. Look at that. This is a beautiful move for the day. This is a beautiful, beautiful move from the day. All right. Absolutely wonderful. Squeeze indicator catches the kind of sell off here. Eventually working its way in. You see buying coming back, and looks like that could have been a buying opportunity for somebody. Nice move there. HIPH. HIPH. All right. You let me know how high this is going to go. Looks like you've already kind of maxed that out, though. All right. The indicator really doesn't know what to do in terms of OTCs on the daily charts. It can kind of throw things off a little bit, but nice move on HIPH. Mike, you said so many alerts, it's hard to choose. Here's the thing. It is pretty, it does get pretty difficult to choose which one you want to go to, especially on the OTC side. But I look for healthy volume, man. I think healthy volume is really what sets the ones apart from, especially if it's had healthy previous volume. Healthy previous volume. 772, I think this is Treasure Hunter. What's up, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's happening, Sal? What's happening?
What's going on with you, bro?
Not much, man. Pretty good day in the market overall. Let me see. Definitely IBIO was getting his ass kicked, so I'm a man to my word. I sold his ass. Yeah. I'm out of him. Yep. And then, let me see. ADVT kind of scared me towards the end. It took a little nosedive, like a big seller to start cashing out. We'll see what he does tomorrow.
ADVT, yeah, okay, yeah, I see ADVT. That one's oversold. Nice move on that. You had to sell off today, though, so you might have a dip buy opportunity tomorrow. We'll see what happens if the story is legit and guys think it can go higher.
And SSOF.
Yeah, we talked about that yesterday. SSOF, not much today, but I mean, solid gain, 4%. I mean, not bad, not bad. 0024.
And ALKM.
Okay, now this one I didn't know too much about. ALKM coming out of the triples. I'm surprised to see guys holding ALKM. I mean, typically, you know, when you have a stock like this that has been sitting in those triple zeros for this long, guys really aren't patient enough to hold them out of the triple area. What you'll see is you'll have a guy who will load up, and I've done this before. You'll load up at 0002, 0003, and then when it gets to 0009, 0010, you unload, right? I mean, you're up 700% or so, 500%, 600%, whatever that is. You unload because, I mean, you're up huge on a $100, $200 investment. You're looking, sitting on a grand or more. So ALKM, I'm actually impressed to see.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed to see guys holding on. But beware of that, though. Beware of that, because you do have guys in here who are sitting on tons of shares who can unload on you at any moment.
Yeah, true. Yeah. And let me see. Shout out. I don't know who mentioned this one from last week, but shout out goes out to this guy. I bought him last week in the red, and I checked my account, and he's in the green, made a little profit off him. JBZY.
JBZY.
Yeah,
which is the old DOLV. The old DOLV. JBZY. Interesting moves coming out. I'm seeing that finally, getting some traction here on that. JBZY, nice move.
Yeah, I don't know how long this one's going to be in the green, but like I said, he's been red for ever since last week, but I don't know if he's waking up or what.
Yeah, it looks like it's clearly waking up, so we'll see what happens on JBZY. Interesting move there on this oversold stock.
True deal. All right, man. Those my plays, man. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
You got it in time.
Shout out to Treasure Hunter. Thank you, man. Appreciate having you back on the show and watching the show again. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, USEI moved up. Looks like the word is finally out on USEI. They actually, getting more aggressive with telling people what's going on around the company. All right. I still need them to get the hell off Twitter and start actually buying announcements. All right. $250. Get it done. I mean, what's this thing of posting news on Twitter? I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. The company's like using Twitter to post official news. Just pay the $250 so it can get on the news wires that matter. Yahoo News and all of these other brokerages that use Newswire to pick that up. But it's good to see USCI with some volatility today. You left some people up there based on that candlestick. All right, but that's what you needed. As you can see here, it had gotten, kind of dry. So you needed that today. You needed that today. KONE. I've been looking for a good OTC to kind of buy right now. I liked RNVA. I still watching RNVA. I'll pull that up in a second, but I haven't been able to find a good OTC that I can go in and put 1,000 on it and be willing to sit on it for several months, because that's how you make money on OTCs. I mean, you can chase the Momo, but that park, that nesting, that kind of sitting there, letting things happen kind of way of trading is how you really make big bucks on the OTC markets. KONE, looks like you had a really great time, unfortunately, until these last couple of days. Let me look at the hourly. Obviously, I mean, there's not much volume here, right? It's not much volume here. Here's the hourly because I want to zoom in on the action a little bit, and things are looking quite rough here on KONE. All right, so look, things are looking very bearish here. I'd probably look for some other setups. Yes, absolutely, Dayon. Good to have him back on the show. All right, but here's the thing. I know a lot of guys who used to watch the show and still watch the show, but they don't want to call up because they made a bad call. Because guys here remember guys who make bad calls, but don't take it personally. We've all made bad. I've made bad calls in the show, but I still have to broadcast. Guys get anxious about a trade. They call up, hey man, this is going to be a winner. This is going to be a winner. Especially, going back to some of those older shows, and then the trade blows up and then they disappear. And I know they haven't disappeared. They're still listening. They just don't want to call up because they know guys recognize their voice and shit. Like we used to have a guy who called up about bankruptcy plays. That's just what he used to do. Bankruptcy. He called up about a bankruptcy play. Man, this is going to hit. This is going to hit. I'm telling you, this is going to hit. The stock just pure capitulation, the next day. Never heard from this guy again. Just disappeared. Mike, you said on LTBR that you made a bad call on that, LTBR. Yeah, I mean, LTBR was, LTBR was a tough one. I mean, because it looked like it could continue going. But unfortunately, this is kind of what happens. Here's LTBR down now 50%. What a kill for shorts there. You should put Bats to sleep the other night when we were on the phone. Oh, no, look, Bats is a good guy. He's a scientist. You got to understand, when Bat Scientist calls up, he's a scientist. He's going to go through it, in a very thorough way. These people have to be thorough like that, man. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking to somebody like that, he's going to be a little bit, he's going to make sure you get all the sections covered. He's a real scientist in real life. But I appreciate that about him, though. He's not going to come on here and half-ass it where you're kind of like, what just happened, Let's keep it going. ELTP. All right, I want to make this a quick show because I know you guys got to go to work tomorrow. ELTP, 15% gain. ELTP, let's zoom in on it a little bit. Again, here's another one. I'd love to see a little bit more action in terms of some volume. Look at that, man. We don't have no real volume. We got a lot of gaps in that chart. Man, See, here's the morning move. Here was the morning move, and you see here there's a lot of gaps, man. When you got, when you're trading stocks with very little volume, you can't be sure you're paying for a good price. When you trade illiquid stocks, you can't be sure you're getting a good price. So ELTP, let's go back to the daily. Obviously, I love the trend that's going on here. It's not consistent, but the trend is looking nice. Average 10-day volume is 874,000. Decent volume day today. All right, decent volume day today. But you'd love to see some bigger moves here. And I like the news that came out today, too, on that positive top-line results. So that definitely brought in some more. We'll see what it does over the next coming days. Joel Kraft. All right, left some people up there at 14 cents, but it's good to know that this company is actually doing something. I think they're an OTC now, right? Are they an OTC now? Yes, they're an OTC now. This is a former NASDAQ, though. They got, I believe this got delisted back last year, 2017. I want to say January, beginning of the year sometime. But this was a former NASDAQ stock. Craig G, what options did I trade? I traded McDonald's, I traded Caterpillar, and I traded Win. I posted them on my Twitter, OTC 3000. I lost $700 on Cat. I made like 11 on McDonald's on the bounce. And then I killed it on Win. I just killed it on Win, man. I killed it on Win. I went in unusually heavy. I usually don't even, like putting up 5 figures on options. But I killed it on Win, man. That was a nice move. Does K Harvey still come on the show? I follow K Harvey. I don't know if he's been working or what, but cool dude. I'll email him and catch up on and see what's going on with K Harvey if he's still trading, man. Guys go through situations where they may lose some money or they need to rebound and get that account back up. So I can understand where guys sometimes they're really excited about it and maybe they go through a losing phase and they kind of get out the game for a little bit. Now I don't think that's the best thing to do, but I understand that men do that sometimes. Yeah. Let's keep it going. Clay Track, who do you say goes in with tens of thousands of shares? I'm not on Connor's level yet. Connor, he was on the show on Thursday. This guy's putting up $30,000, $40,000 trades, man. I'm not prepared to do that. Connor makes a shitload of money, but his losses are huge too when he does lose. I remember he posted up one time, it was a $16,000 loss. I would fucking shit on myself if I lost that kind of money in one day. FUSZ up 78%. Up 78%. FUSZ. Let's see the 5-minute move on this one. Here's another one. Decent volume today, but looks like it came off really early and burned off really quickly. And as you can see, like, it's too many OTC stocks. You got that midday lull, and then all of a sudden you got some momentum coming back here in the middle of the day. This is a really huge one. If you're interested in the stock, I'll find out what that trade there at 235 was about. At 235 was about. Why did somebody go in that large? It didn't make too much of a dent in terms of the stock, but somebody went in and bought a large number of shares. So if I look at the daily, all right, so you're still kind of overextended, so that really don't make sense to see that. I could understand if he went in that big, like somewhere over here, but FUSZ, not bad. You said Ross Cameron goes in with those. Yeah, Ross Cameron. Ross Cameron, I used to really, I don't know, I would say look up to him, but at this point, I don't know. Like, I don't know what to think of him at this point. Like, You know, this is a guy who's supposedly making like hundreds of $1,000s every month, and you know, I don't know, like, you know. Let's keep it going, man. Let's keep it going. What else you guys got to see before we? Because I don't want to leave these small cap guys out of it. Because right now it's all about these large caps and the volatility that they're displaying in this earnings season. But I don't want to keep you guys, these small cap traders, out of the loop. Earnings whispers. SPI. Yeah, AMD. I'm still conflicted on AMD, man. I know guys are, we had a guy call up yesterday, and he said he went all in. And where are we at right now? I think what was it? It came out today, right? I still don't know what to think about it though. Wasn't it today? Hold on. Kappa stunning. It was after hours, wasn't it? Results expenditure, session results, and outlook top to Wall Street. Okay, so it beat and it's not doing nothing? EA killed earnings. So AMD beat and it didn't do anything? It was ridiculous on AMD, killer earnings. Then post-market drop. All right. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens on that. Sometimes, post-market can be, really moist like that. So just let's see what happens at the open. Because if the market likes the number, it could rally on that. Not everybody has access to after-hours trading. So let's see what the market says tomorrow on that one. Joe Lopez, what's the next PRED? I don't know. You tell me. I'm liking the way the PRD is finally looking. As you can see here, I was telling everybody, hey, get out. Thankfully, most of you guys followed my advice by getting into PRED when I started talking about it and selling it when I told you to at the 380s. Now it's looking nice. It's looking nice and healthy. As you can see, I still haven't gotten what I need to see. I need to see this curve out a little bit. And I also need to see some better volume in the stock as well before I get excited about PRED. But we're going in the right direction. By the way, this is going to be, 30 plus. I said 50. That's quite ambitious, but I definitely think it's going to be double digits for sure this year. All right, let's keep it going, man. EA Sports, by the way, Cali Rob, EA Sports is going to be a huge winner for the next several years. I got to figure out what's going to happen with the Madden situation because they might end up losing that Madden, that NFL license. I almost guarantee they'll probably lose it. I almost can guarantee they'll probably lose it just because you got a situation where now fans are getting together to contact the NFL and they're like, man, we want something different. Let's be honest. If you played Madden in the last 5 years, you haven't gotten a new fucking product. Dude. It's the same horrible ass tackling engine, same catch, animations. It's just horrible, man. Madden for the last 5 years has just been horrible. Let's keep it going. AQ. What do you see in AQ? I'm looking at the chart right now. I don't like that candlestick at all. I mean, this is I don't want to call it a long-legged. That's an extra long-legged doji, bro. Wow, look at the range on that thing. You went from 1182 to 1375. Not a big fan of stocks like this, man. Not a big fan of stocks like that show that kind of volatility. That's a lot of indecision. When you see a candlestick like that, that's what that is. That's indecision. I don't want any part of that. I don't want any part of that. Break that trade down for ARGS. ARGS. Well, let's look at ARGS. What about ARGS? Ooh, damn, shit. Oh my God, ARGS. No. I gotta. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. No, no, no. What happened, man? Damn, man. That's just. I mean, that's wow. Wow. I mean, really, there's nothing you can really do about this, too. I mean, this, and it kind of, this had to be a chat room move. Was this a chat room move? This had to be a chat room move. Just for where it took off at 10:25, it had to be a chat room move. You know, when you see these unusual kind of like pops like this, you said Ross made 11,000 from that one. From this one right here, ARGS. Yeah. See, with these guys that have that following, you know, they don't like to admit it, but they can move stocks, man. They can move low float stocks. You know, you got a couple thousand guys signed up to you, paying you a couple hundred a month, and you tell them, hey, go into this stock. You know, you could make yourself some money every single day, man. And I don't know if he had sent out an alert or if it popped and then he went short or some shit like that. But these guys move stocks, man. You know, that's why I got a video out there like, don't pay for that alert shit, man. These guys will screw you. He made 11,000, but I guarantee the people who went in with him didn't make that kind of money. Yes, I'm sure that's the big volume bar out of nowhere, heavy as hell. Yeah. I mean, it's clear as day. I mean, just, you know. And then as you can see here, it's very bearish for the year, for the last several months, 2018 especially. I mean, it's been horrible for the last couple of weeks. ARGS, and all of a sudden you get this huge pump out of nowhere, and it's not going to hold those. It's not going to hold those gains. Who's going to want this at what was the high there? 390. Who's going to want that? You're going to pay 390? You're going to pay $3.90 for a stock that 20 minutes ago was trading at $2.20? No one's going to fucking buy that shit. You know? Some of this shit is just common sense. Craig G, you said it was pumped. I figured. That's what it looks like. Intraday pump and dump. But here's the thing, though. It's a pump and dump. But I'm sure when you pull up the time and sales, you will see a guy who literally bought, because that's, that hit 390. That means somebody paid 390 for this thing. Right? Somebody paid 390 for some shares. And literally, I'm looking at a 5-minute chart. So 5 minutes later, they were looking at a stock at $2.90. So literally $1 cheaper than what they paid for it. I'm looking at a 5 minutes. So each candlestick is 5 minutes. So literally 5 minutes later, they were down $1 a share. Who brought up DRWN? DRWN, a clean slate. Oh, 000 stock. Let's get to the daily chart, see if this is going to be a mover. Ooh, okay. Damn, we should have caught this one a couple of days ago. DRWN looks like it's faked people out before, but this one looks a little bit better because I can see here the volume is coming in. Volume is actually kind of coming in on DRWN, a clean slate. Don't know what's going on with the company, but huge volume today, though. Unusual volume for the stock average. It's only 168, 284 today. 284 million. The float's got to be huge, but again, if these 000 buyers load and keep their shares, that float starts to get a little lower, then you can finally start getting some moves. Because that's how you move out of 000s to doubles and then hopefully to pennies. Because guys here You know, they load heavy, and they hold. You know, load and hold to get a stock out of the triple zeros. That's how you win. And the guys who are in at these 000 and 2s and 3s, those are the guys who win when it gets into the 00 area. Tier change, and it went current today. It makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, those tier changes, those stocks that go current, that haven't been current in a long time, or were previously stop signs and stuff like that on OTC markets, that's always a great sign. It's always a great sign. That's always a great sign. You want to make sure that they actually start doing something, because there are a lot of current companies that aren't doing shit either, though. So you want to make sure that they are going to work. But I do see here they released some news. You know, so they got some what is that, ICO? Is a Bitcoin play? Is a crypto play? Back in January 12th, we put out some ICO news. About some ICO news. All right, interesting. Appreciate it. Thank you for bringing that up, DRWN. So stocks got to drop to go higher. Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, you're absolutely right. And that's kind of what the situation that happened on PRED and many of these other ones. You know, we had a guy who talked about POTN. You know, that sometimes you got to pull back to go long. You know, to go further. Another example of that is Kush Bottles. You know, Kush Bottles is one that I'm a big fan of. It's just got too hot. Now it's got to pull back. I'm thinking Kush Bottles could come back maybe as far back as 5 and then go higher. You know, you had Jim Cramer today in the morning. He talked about their marijuana stocks, which ironically he plays. He plays the marijuana stocks. They can't talk about them on CNBC because they're so cheap and they're on OTC markets, most of them. But he plays them, and he talked about a glut of marijuana. I never heard of that. That there's too much marijuana on the market. Have you heard of any? I haven't heard of that. I didn't think there's too much on the market. The theory makes some sense. And I figure, you know, guys, the amped up anticipation of legalization, you know, are there too many cultivation licenses out there? Maybe. Interesting theory. Long blockchain, LBCC, don't like it, very bearish. Long blockchain used to be called Long Island Iced Tea. Used to be called Long Island Iced Tea, LBCC. All right. Every time I look at that ticker, I keep thinking about Warren G, you know, Long Beach on the LBC. You said you missed half the show. No, no, I literally just started. I'm going to get guys out of here by, you know, 11:30, 11:45 or so. We're not going to be out here too long. It's already been 40 minutes? Shit, I just started talking. Okay, what else? Kush Bottles. Yeah, Kush Bottles is going to go longer. I like Kush Bottles because it's not even about selling weed. It's about the containers, the wrappers, keeping it sealed and fresh. They've got, you know, access to the medical marijuana space as well as retail. And they've got virtually no competition. PHIL. Phi Group? Don't even think. Oh, Phi Group. Look at that. All right. So clearly some kind of marketing going on here. I mean, looks like you're getting us in kind of high. PHIL. I don't think we brought this up yesterday. I don't see on my list of stocks. I don't see PHIL being discussed at all. So I don't think anybody brought this up yesterday. But here's another stock that, damn, missed opportunity, right? I mean, but then again, you know, these stocks don't come on your radar, right? So unless you know, pull these up and you're able to say, oh wow, okay, somebody's accumulating these shares here. We're seeing some buying interest developing. You don't see this until all of a sudden, you know, it's too late. You got some massive volatility coming into the stock. ACOL is Kush bottle only competition, but that's been ACOL. Nah, I wouldn't even compare ACOL to Kush bottles just because last I checked the financials for ACOL, they're giving away shares for basically for nothing. They're also too not in the financial position that Kush bottles is in. Nowhere near the same, financial footing. Nowhere near the same financial footing. It's been a while since I've looked at their financials, though. Well over, maybe over a year, but I know they're not even on the same level. Not even on the same level. But yeah, oversold. I mean, as you can see here, oversold here on the daily chart on ACOL. This is a stock that's ran before. There we go. Look at earlier 2017. This is when I really kind of took a look at ACOL. It's a runner when it gets running, but it's been a while since it's made that move now. Literally over a year since that move, so we'll see. ACOL. AERG. AERG, Applied Energetics. Let's zoom out a little bit. All right. AERG, Applied Energetics. Don't know anything about the company. Down slightly today, 13% today. AERG, 6 cents a share. Yeah, HIPH, we discussed that one. Nice move on that one. Yeah, ACOL isn't even. ACOL is not even, a conversation you should even, unless that thing literally goes a lot lower, I wouldn't even pay attention to that stock. I wouldn't even pay attention to ACOL right now. AWGI, Ambient Water Company. Yeah, Ambient Water Company. It's so funny you bring up AWGI because there was a guy who used to play this stock. Can't remember his name, but he played it real heavy on the show. And I remember him winning. This is him. This is not him, all of them, but I remember him calling us about it and telling us how he won big on AWGI on that move here back in April of 2017. I haven't seen him in the chat room in a minute, but AWGI, the float is ridiculously huge, though, on this, man. Got to be careful with that. Float is huge. FDMSF. Damn, that's a long ass. FDSM Fandom Sports. Fandom Sports. What is this about? Why does the name sound familiar? Fandom Sports. Why do I feel like I've heard that before? Fandom Sports. Let me just Google that real quick. Why does it sound familiar? Fandom Sports, sports app, blockchain app. Oh, okay. No, okay. No, it's not what I was thinking. I had it confused with like one of those companies like FanDuel or some shit like that. Yeah, I had it confused with FanDuel. That's what I was thinking. I'm thinking FanDuel. I'm like, FanDuel's publicly traded? OTC? Going for 16 cents a share? All right. But, yeah, it looks like some kind of Bitcoin or cryptocurrency play. Don't know too much about it. I'd like to see a lot more volume coming into that. I can't remember what his name. Yeah, Ryan Gets It. That's it. Ryan Gets It. Nevermore. His name was Ryan Gets It. And I think he's still on Twitter. Ryan Gets It. No. Oh, never mind. Never mind. But like I said, man, some guys are, in it for a reason, and some guys are in it for a season, man, when it comes to trading stocks, bro. You said if FanDuel went public, it'd be hell yes. That's why they had to move all the way to the Caribbean, because the state of New York, they weren't cool with the fact that they were, you could bet on sports, but the fact that they felt like FanDuel wasn't paying their fair share in terms of taxes, and there was some tax avoidance issues and whatever, and regulation issues. So they went down to the Caribbean, and now that's why they're basically headquartered down there. All right. But FanDuel, hell yeah, FanDuel brings in monster cash, bro. They're a private company, but I wouldn't be surprised if FanDuel pulls in easily $1 billion. I wouldn't be surprised if it's $1 billion company. If you told me FanDuel is $1 billion company, I'd believe you. I'd believe you. BW finally filling the gap. Let's see. BW, let me see here. Finally, oh, look at that. Okay, BW, one of our old plays here on the show. Let me put the line. Finally filling the gap. Did a couple. I know it did a while ago, but we kind of forgot about it because it just kind of continued to trend sideways like that. Finally, nice to see the stock actually put some volatility on there today with a decent candlestick above, a couple percent. Volume had, I wouldn't say dried up, but as you can see, it was really no real moves from that oversold levels when we really enjoyed it here on the show. And I called it one of those great buys that you had to take advantage of. But ever since it got over those oversold levels, it's just kind of been, it's been good if you've been patient enough. But damn, I mean, 348 to, what is that, to $6 over the course of 4.5 months. I mean, that's the responsible way to trade. But shit, I don't want to wait that long for $3. I don't want to wait that long. How do you know Kramer has weed stock? He talks about it. If you watch it in the morning, I watch CNBC, he talks about the weed stocks. He doesn't name them, but he talks about it. But when Kramer says, hey, what about weed stocks? He's talking about the OTCs, and he's talking about the only real weeds, pure weed. Well, I won't call it a pure play weed stock, but exposure to weed, which is that CMG. Oh, not CMG. God, what's the ticker for? What's the ticker for the fucking? What's the name of the stuff that goes Miracle Grow? What's the ticker for Miracle Grow? I keep forgetting this damn ticker. I don't buy it. That's why. But Miracle Grow. Absolutely. Have I heard of Photonics? Photonics? Gucci? No, I haven't heard of it. Scott's Miracle Grow. Thank you for God. Woo! What happened to that? Shit! What happened to Scott's Miracle Grow, man? Damn. Lost 4% of its value today? Oh, that's a buy, my friend. Oh, that's a buy. I got to look at this now. Oh, that's a buy, my man. Oh, yes. Obviously, I would have loved those. What was the low? 89.17. I would have loved that $89. I would have loved that 80. Let me see here. What? It's probably not even very liquid. Watch it. I bet it's barely liquid. Let me see. I bet it's barely liquid here on the option side. Yeah, see, it doesn't have too much liquidity on the options. Yeah, look at those spreads. They're wide as fuck. Look at those spreads. They're wide as fuck, man. September 21st, $90 calls. Look at that. Bid is $810. Ask is $950. That's a $1.40 spread. That's ridiculous. Fuck it. Never mind. That'd be a nice trade though, man. That'd be a nice trade though. What's going on, Dave Thomas? Shout out to Dave Thomas in the building. Damn, yeah, I didn't know what happened to Miracle Grow. That's a good company, man. That's another company right there that has, I would call monopoly of the market in terms of, landscaping and whatnot. Of course, you've got competitor products, but that's the premier product of that sector, of that industry, rather. That's the word, industry. MJX, yeah, that's MJX. That's another one. I don't know. MJX too. That's looking, whoo, boy. That's the marijuana ETF. MJX looking like that's selling off. Not looking so good there, MJX. You know, clearly looking like a short here. Oh, nobody brought this up yesterday, man. The Bitcoin, you know, I know Bitcoin's looking like shit right now. Bitcoin's looking like shit right now, but nobody's bringing this up. I think GBTC, by the way, goes lower. I think this could go as low as 12. This could go as low as 12 or even 10. But if you guys remember, they had the forward split. We talked about it on the show. This was a stock that, you know, if you remember when it came out, it was $400 and it rose to as high as almost $3,000 a share. Alex Left tried to come out, talk some shit about GBTC, you know, but it ended up holding pretty well as Bitcoin stayed up there, eventually hitting new highs to as high as 20K for a while there before selling off. And now Bitcoin literally hanging on for dear life. Although I think Bitcoin is going to have another run, probably in the summer or late summer. I could see that happening for Bitcoin, but right now, I mean, you know, it's all bear season right now when it comes to Bitcoin. And to see some good ones like, you know, what's going on with Ripple, and then I'm seeing Litecoin sell off like a bitch. Boy, that's almost sad to see. Look at Litecoin. Oh my God. You know, Litecoin, I'm, you know, $350, $375, $400 Litecoin, and to see it now at $159. Yeah, keep holding on for dear life. Yeah, you keep doing that shit. You keep doing that shit. Eventually, you just gotta sell, man. As I said, Robinhood offering cryptocurrency. Great number of people get access to Bitcoin. Yeah. Shout out to Robinhood. Shout out to Robinhood. Yeah, I wouldn't flush it just yet. I'm not going to flush it. As you can see here, it's very, very bearish, man. Very, very bearish sentiment in all of these coins. You know, Bitcoin, all of them, Ripple, all of them. You know, look at Bitcoin right now. Tried to come back a couple weeks ago. Didn't happen. As you can see here, got it back into bearish territory. When was that? The 14th. And it's just never been the same since, based on my indicator here. All right. Joe Johnny, check out BTCH. Is there really a ticker called BTCH? Before I pull that up. GWPH. There's that GWPH. I know that's a ticker. ADR, though. Not a big fan of ADRs, but like I said, ADRs, sometimes they're 2 for 1, 3 for 1. ADRs kind of confuse me, so I don't trade these. I just like common shares or common stock because I know ADRs can trade funny. This one obviously has got it's got a good trend on it. 250,000 shares. Any options on Litecoin? No, but I know guys have told me that there are brokers out there that offer you options on cryptocurrencies. I don't partake in that. You know, you did recently have, what's this, like Tether and then another Bitfinex. You know, I mean, the government's coming after these brokers, man. Says someone manipulation. Yeah, it's a lot of manipulation, man. A lot of manipulation. The government's coming after these brokers heavy. You know, we talked a lot of shit about BitConnect, but in Asia, BitConnect is still going on, man. You know, obviously it's shut down in America, but BitConnect in Asia, they're still fucking, you know, having conferences and shit. And I know you guys already heard about the lawsuit. You know, that brother who was pushing BitConnect 24/7, it seemed like almost on YouTube, he's getting sued by people, man. You know, that's why I kept telling him, stop fucking with these white folks' money. You know, I'm telling you, bro. You know, I don't know who he thought he was talking to. Now, here's the thing. He's going to have to spend some of that money he made to protect his ass. Let's see, I meant BTCS. Oh, you meant BTCS. Okay. Well, I wouldn't be trading BTCS. You remember BTCS, they came out and told you that, again, the company, isn't really a pure Bitcoin play because the deal with the Australian company fell through. Jordan Belfort said it in quite a few YouTube videos that Bitcoin is a marketing ploy and a pump. Yeah, I would say that, man. It's shout out to those computer nerds, man. Shout out to the computer nerds. Shout out to the computer scientists. They straight up finessed y'all, man. They straight up finessed these people who really thought cryptocurrencies could be something, man. Even if they down the road might end up being an alternative way to spend money. But they straight up finessed y'all, man. They straight up finessed y'all. I'm not saying you in general. I'm just saying the general public, bro. They straight up finessed. I mean, you couldn't. That's probably the greatest pump we never saw coming, dude. You see what I'm saying? Probably the greatest pump we never saw coming, dude. And supposedly the Satoshi guy hasn't sold any of his shares or whatever, if he's even still alive. And here's the thing. That Asian brother, what's his name? The Asian brother behind Litecoin, he sold at the top. He sold at the top, right? You remember that? He sold at the top. And what was his excuse? Oh, well, I just feel like I will be kind of like biased. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and liquidate my entire position. And that way I will just be, a non-biased actor. Just, man, straight finessed y'all. Let me give that motherfucker a round of applause, man. On some real pimp shit. On some real pimp shit. Where's my round of applause? Let me give this guy a round of applause, man. Yes, that's for Charlie Lee, man. That's for Charlie Lee. Walking away with at least, I have no doubt he walked away with at least 350, 400 mil, dude. 350, 400 mil of worthless money, bro. So shout out to that player, man. Shout out to that player. Shout out to that player. But I mean, let's get back to these stocks. But there's got to be one fool out there that's holding 400 Litecoin. There's got to be one guy out there. There's one guy out there who's, well, I got to hold on for dear life. Man. Oh, yeah. I have no doubt he walked away with at least 300 million plus. At least 300 million plus. At least. And nobody's even talking about that, man. Nobody's even talking about it. He sold at the top. He sold at the top. All right, let's keep it going, man. What are you guys trading tomorrow, man? I want to get you guys out of here. God damn, we in here kind of heavy for this time of night, 11:30. Usually I get to 11:30, motherfucker be like 50 people in here, man. Shit. Let me see. What you guys trading tomorrow, man? Tomorrow for me, I'm going to look at Win again tomorrow. I'm going to look at Win again tomorrow and see if guys really think this is back. It might be, we might go ahead and cover that gap tomorrow and Win. I'm also looking for a possible sell-off in Netflix. I think Netflix is overextended based here on my indicators. So I'm looking for a more confident selling in Netflix. Netflix lost $5, so it did sell. I wouldn't call it sell off for Netflix because that's an average day. It's a stock that can go up 6 and go down 6. So it kind of goes in that range. But I'm looking for a solid red day in Netflix. It's been a couple days since that earnings number. It's ran very nicely, and I think you're going to have a solid profit taking either tomorrow or the day after. So I'm looking to buy some puts on Netflix tomorrow. What else? That's let me see here. Facebook, and I played it about 2 days ago. I'm not seeing anything in it yet. I don't see anything yet. It's almost going to be time for me to start looking at what I'm going to want to do with Snap. It's in my range now. I was looking at that 1329 range. I wanted to play it in this box. I figure if it cracks 1329, 1250 is in sight. It might bounce off the 1250 as it did back during earnings. So I'm looking for a possible, both a put or possible spread on Snap, because I'm a little bit hesitant on what direction it's going to go. Where it's going to go. Corey Kwan, OTC 3000. What's going on, Stock God? OTC 3000 is my Twitter. So yeah, I'm looking for a sell-off in Netflix. Amazon, yeah, too expensive. Amazon, I'd love to play Amazon. I think Amazon is ripe for a nice solid red day as well. But as you can see here, the indicators, it's kind of hot. But just the implied volatility is huge, so the options are so fucking expensive. But look, they pay for themselves. I mean, when you're right, Amazon, the liquidity is beautiful, returns are great, but it just I just hate having to expel so much money to play Amazon. All right. HM, you said you made 20,000 on PHIL. Congrats, bro. Congrats. How much did you spend? You said get out the money options. I don't know. I played an out the money option today on Win, right? So I played the 170 calls on Win when it was at 167. So, but I put a lot of time on my out the money options. I put a lot of time on my out the money options. I like high probability options. I don't like, these ones that only have like 4 days to expiration, 1 week to expiration. That shit, I don't like dealing with that kind of stress, bro. That shit is too stressful. I said look at infrastructure stocks because Donald Trump started talking infrastructure. Yeah. Let's see. I mean, if they get serious about infrastructure, then we can get into it. Give me an infrastructure stock if you think. What was that? U.S. Concrete or something like that? Is it like USCG or something? What's the U.S. Concrete? I forgot what it is. I think it's USG, right? Yes, USG. Oh, it's actually looking like a buy right here. Actually looking like a buy right here, but OTM have low delta, low theta. Yeah, and out the money options, man. Look, you can make money without the money options. You can make money without the money options if again, you want to play that along with time value. For example, today, if you looked at the SPY puts, there was movement in the 260s, the 266, 270s. I mean, there were movement in these options at these levels, right? But not for the options that were expiring within a week or two. You had to see movement in ones that were like 5-6 months away. Those were up, $2, $3 at these levels. So why is that? Well, because the probability of, SPY maybe one day being at 271, 272 has gone higher based on today's move. That probability doesn't increase if the option expires a week from now. What's the likelihood of this coming to 271 by the end of next week? Almost impossible. All right. So you can make money without the money options with significant time value. Significant time value. Said, when am I going back to Bitcoin when it hits 20,000? I never fucked with Bitcoin, man. I got into it with a lot of pressure. I just felt like everybody was talking about it, so I was like, fuck it. I put a couple $100 on the line. Almost got myself into a fucking pump and dump scam. So they'll do a vertical trade on Amazon. What I was thinking about doing was what's the option? I should know what this is, but when you sell a out of the money put to finance a in the money option, or you know, whatever that other option you want to buy. For example, let's say you go on Amazon, right? And let's say I want to buy, it's 1437, I want to buy the 1450 call. So I will sell a out of the money put. So I'll probably sell the, I don't know, 1320 put, which is basically worthless, to help finance the 1450 call. I forgot what that's called. But it's just a way of being able to help you finance more expensive options and help you buy more. Debit spread. Thank you. Appreciate that. Straddle or strangle. Debit. Yeah, I think it's called a debit spread. Thank you, Mr. Nguyen. There it is. And then you have credit spreads, which are basically the opposite, right? Where you're hoping to God that a stock stays within a range so you can keep what you got. And credit spreads are incredibly can be very, very lucrative. You know, they can be lucrative. It's just expensive to play. It's expensive to play credit spreads. You got to have some cash on you. Do I have any knowledge about MJNA? You know, it's been a while since I've followed MJNA. You know, the stock, you know, if you go back to the 2012, 2015 days, this was a star. But, you know, MJNA now, unfortunately, they're better, more, you know, companies out there with more legit operations. MJNA, too, you know, they've got, I don't know if they got do they have retail? Exclusive subsidiary. Yeah, let me not say anything wrong with them because it's just been too long since I've looked into MJNA. It's been too long. Jamal, you said you've been watching my videos, but you haven't made the move with penny stocks. What are you waiting for, bro? You know, sign up to TD Ameritrade, get yourself a paper trade account, and get working, bro. You know, you don't actually have to be in the market. Just start getting the lingo down. Start getting the, you know, start writing down what your philosophy is, how you trade, what your methodology is going to be, your rules. Start preparing that. Get that down. You said for the big finance words, hilarious. Do I make new records on how long my videos go? No, dude. As long as I don't make those 7-hour videos I used to make, dude. I used to make fucking 7-hour videos, man. We don't do that shit no more. I'm getting too old for that. You know, shit, man. Brother about to be 31. I'm getting too old for that shit. Let me see here. What's CX? CX. CEMEX. That reminds me. I used to trade a stock called CETX. I'm going to check that out in a second. CEMEX. Okay, this is the industrial plays you were talking about. This is the industrial plays you were talking about. 7.8 million shares traded. Oh, it's got a lot of volume to it, too. Well, I would have loved to see it when it came out of those oversold levels here on this TTM squeeze. All right, nice trade, though. Nice trade. Got to learn more about it. Looks like it's a Mexican player, right? Looks like it's a Mexican. Is it a Mexican construction company? I You know, it's not going to mean anything for us if it's a Mexican construction company. You know? So when I reach 1 million, it'll be 10-minute videos. Ain't funny, Corey. Ah, shit. Yeah, we talked about GBTC. That's a great short right now. GBTC. But here's the thing. GBTC, I'm telling you guys right now, man, Bitcoin, people are making fun of Bitcoin. We're laughing at these Bitcoin guys losing money. But that thing is going to come back, bro. You know the nature of the beast. These things get second lives, man. These things get second lives, bro. So one day, Bitcoin is going to have a low. And everybody's going to be like, man, fuck Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a shit, blah, blah, blah. And then 30, 90, 60 days later, you know, you're going to be like, God damn. Said Mexicans are going to build a wall. You're hilarious. You're hilarious. You know what? That is so funny because if he gets this money for that wall, it probably will end up being a lot of Hispanics working on that wall. Ain't that some shit? Because y'all know damn well, you know, ain't no brothers or no white dudes going out there in that damn heat to build that shit. Not for what I think they're going to pay. Let me see here. ZX, let's look at it. Hold on, let me look at that. I forgot where for that CETX. I forgot. I almost forgot about it. Oh, shit. It's been a long time since I brought this one up. Damn, I don't know what happened to them. Used to be doing a lot better than that. Ain't no, hey, JAG. No, I got out of JAGX. That's another scam. That's another scam. JAGX is going to get delisted. They're going to get delisted. They're going to get delisted. Eventually go to OTC markets. Otis Johnson said you'll do it for $40 an hour. You'll go down there in Arizona. You know, build that wall, bro. I mean, what about the Trump speech, man? You know, bring it all together, and then 2 days from now, 3 days from now, you know, he's gonna use those code words. You know what I mean? So you already know what it is, bro. You know, at the end of the day, man, I'm trying to position myself where, you know, these politicians don't mean nothing to me. You know, I got them both on the payroll, Republicans and Democrats, you know, just like Trump did. Trump had them both on the payroll, dude. You know, you got pictures with the Clintons, got pictures with the Obamas and stuff when they was cool. I don't think actually he had a picture with Obama, but with, you know, with Democrats and Republicans, bro. Everybody on the damn payroll, dude. These rich folks, you know, they don't give a fuck about what party's in power, dude. You got to get like these Asians. These Asians, they don't give a fuck who's in charge, bro. Asians got a bag for you. Hey, look, we need to get this done. They show up with a bag like, boom, get it done. You know, they don't give a damn about who getting elected, and you don't see no Asian talking about, oh man, Republicans, Democrat. I don't give a damn. All right, let's see what else. All right, before I get you guys up out of here, let me not say that too many times before I make this 3 hours. But what's up for tomorrow though, man? What's up for tomorrow? What's trading tomorrow? Like I said, man, I'm looking at Netflix hard tomorrow, man. I'm looking at Netflix hard. Tomorrow we got Boeing. We got Boeing, so that should put some movement on the SPYs. SPY's got, you know, a lot of Boeing in that. Eli Lilly, so we should see some movement on the pharmaceuticals. This sold off today, I think. ATHM, right? ANTM. This sold off today, yeah. Anthem, as I said earlier, owns Blue Cross Blue Shield. Berkshire, Amazon, and another company came out and said they're going to create some kind of insurance company to challenge whatever's out here right now. So this sold off on that news. I think this could be a possible buying opportunity tomorrow if the numbers are good. I see here the numbers come out tomorrow at 6 a.m. So this could run up tomorrow if those numbers are solid on ANTH. But then again, ANTM. What are the numbers on that? Yeah, the liquidity too sucks on this. Yeah, not too liquid. The spreads are kind of wide, so it's going to be an all-stock situation. That's kind of why, yeah, Boeing is probably your only trade tomorrow, besides some of these other oversold stocks. I see Xerox, Johnson Controls, 1-800-Flowers. Oh, you guys want to know a good short? For those guys who like the short, one that I'm paying attention, I'm probably going to write. This reminds me of Blue Apron, literally the same business, just different shit. Let me get the ticker to this company. Stitch Fix. What's that? SFIX. This is literally Blue Apron in the making right here. This is literally Blue Apron in the making. This stock, I will not be surprised if we're talking about this stock in December in single digits. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, we looked at USCI. Nice move today. Let me see. NVIDIA, February 8th. Yeah, we still got a couple days on NVIDIA. And here's the thing on NVIDIA. I think you get a sell-off here soon. You know, you got a little bit today, you know, $4. I think you could lose a little bit more. But you know it's going to crush earnings, man. You know it's going to crush earnings. All right. 3D processor business, I have no doubt, did very well this year. But they're so much more complicated than that. They're so much more complicated than just a chip maker. I know they've got some other lines of business that have been growing exponentially, especially their artificial intelligence business. Let me see here. What's that? Yeah, if you look up NVIDIA, they actually have a page for this. It's called Deep Learning and, what's it called? Deep Learning and AI Solution for Industries. So they're creating like AI solutions for healthcare, self-driving cars, robotics, retail, and, you know, municipalities or entire cities, man. Let me put that link in here because this page was so interesting. Let me share it with you guys. And there's the link there in the chat room. And if you go to each section, they're telling you how they're building their AIs for these different industries. So NVIDIA is just, dude, like next 5-10 years is just, NVIDIA is going to, unless they do a forward split, but I don't doubt that this could be, you know, where, I wouldn't say where Google is now. I mean, that's almost, you know, we're talking about almost $800 away, but I don't see why not, you know, $350, $400 NVIDIA, not this year, but going into 2019, I could see NVIDIA at those levels, man. I could see NVIDIA at those levels because the investment is just getting more aggressive in terms of those spaces. You said Ripple will sell 8,000 for Ripple in 2020. Man, look, as much as I love what the crypto space has done in terms of opening guys to the idea of trading, because they brought a lot of guys to trading, period. You know, there were a lot of dudes who didn't know goddamn thing what a broker was, what a RSI was, and all of a sudden they're trading Bitcoin. But I think some people underestimate, the power of the dollar. You know what I mean? You underestimate the power that's behind that dollar bill, man. I think some of you guys underestimate that power, bro. Bitcoin is great, but you're underestimating what's behind that. Those Jeffersons, those, Johnsons, those Washingtons. You know what I mean? There are nukes behind that shit. You gotta understand. BOTZ, yeah, that's another one. BOTZ, let's sell off today. There are a couple other robotic ETFs too. Somebody bring up, what's the Watson ETF? What's that Watson ETF? I keep forgetting about that one too. I'm not trading it. What's that Watson ETF? Where it's an AI that's selecting the ETF, or that's selecting the stocks. Let me see here if I can bring it up. Artificial. It's like Watson or something like that. Watson ETF. No, I can't remember what the damn name. You said Robo for robotics. All right, yeah, this is the Robo one. I remember this one too. This is Robo. All right, looks like that was oversold a couple days ago. All right, some profit taking going on there in that space. All right, look at this. I love that headline here. January 29th. That came out yesterday. A robotics ETF has taken $650 million in cash this month. That's a lot. That's a lot of money going into these ETFs. Here's the thing, though. If you look at these ETFs like bots, they look like what SPY and the Qs looked a couple years ago. You see how they're if we look at Robo and we look at bots at these little $25, $28, bots is at $26. Look how the QQQs looks a couple years ago. If you go back to the QQQs, they were $40, $30. So, look, 2011, 2012, obviously the economy was, in a different place. But, these were coming, they were coming up. More money was coming into it. And by the way, the Qs and the SPYs, they're going to continue to go higher as long as we don't have a full catastrophe happen in terms of the marketplace. But passive investing is just going to continue to become more and more popular. They're getting rid of the whole pensions. I mean, if you still get a pension, consider yourself lucky. But they're pushing everybody into, ETFs and stuff like that. And I heard now in the military, they're not even doing pensions anymore. In the military, I remember when guys were like, yeah, I just want to do my 20. I can get a check. Woo, 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 blah, blah, blah. Get a check, get a check, get a check. Because that was the thing, right? Do your 20 and you get a check. And you can move on to another business or get a federal job. So now you got the check from the military and then you got your federal job. That was kind of the thing, right? Same thing for guys who work at like the post office or some shit like that. So now I'm hearing they're not even doing pensions anymore. SGMO steady clear. That's SGMO. Sangamo. Nice move on Sangamo. All right, so last couple before we get up out of here. ZX. China Xenix. And by the way, if you want to do more screening on ETFs, just go to the ETF database, etfdb.com. That's etfdb.com. Also, really want to shout out to what's his name? I forgot this Russian guy's name. He hit me up on Twitter today, Andrev or whatever. But he's got that Traders Library. I haven't talked about it here in a while, but Traders Library is where you can get free books, The software isn't free, but the trading books are all free. Let me give that to you in the chat room. All right. So those of you guys who want to take out some free trading books, you can go there, download some free trading books. There are a ton of them. They're like over 400, 500 over there for you to download free of charge. All he asks is don't download more than 2 at a time because it overloads the little server thing. ZX doesn't look so good though, man. BSPM, Biostar, here's another one. You know, you got up high and you left a lot of people. Oh, look at that, man. You went from 6 to 3, lost 50% in one day? Jeez. What happened? Let me see. Let's go to 5 minute. Go back in time. Jeez. Jeez. Oh, my God.
You lose.
Oh, wow. What happened? What? BSPM, my man, what happened, bro? I see it's turning around these last couple of days, but I mean, shit. Since the 26th, it's been a horrible week for this stock. Cali is going broke because of pensions. Yeah, they got to figure out. You see, California doesn't want to come to the conclusion. I mean, you know, they don't want to come to the conclusion that they just can't keep paying these people, you know, what they said they were going to give them. They just got to end up slamming the hammer down like what some of these conservative states. You know, if California was a conservative, they don't give a fuck. They'll be like, hey, look, I know we promised you, you know, until you're 65 or whatever, but you know what, fuck it. We can't afford it anymore. Switch it on them. You know, but they're playing tax games over there. You know, they're playing tax games and, you know. But eventually, California is going to have a huge, they're going to have a huge real estate crash in California. Because this is ridiculous. Real estate in California is just, man, it's like, you know, it's the worst scam. You don't want to talk about a scam. That's the big scam, man. California real estate. It's a big fucking scam, bro. CO, let's keep going. CO. I don't have a CO. Let me see. Oh, do I have a CO? I'm talking about every time I type in CO, I'm seeing Coke, but CO Coke. By the way, Coke looking real nice too. By the way, Coke looking like a buy here. Hold on, isn't Coke KO? What is that? I don't know what that is. So I was like Coke. I don't know what that ticker was, but KO is Coke. Coca-Cola. All right, we've got some profit taking going on in Coca-Cola. CO China Blood Corp. Oh, there it is. Okay. China Blood. China Cord Blood. You know what? I would never want no fucking Chinese cord blood. Because, you know, not to sound racist as fuck, but this is going to sound racist as fuck. You know them motherfuckers probably put pig, dog. They don't give a fuck what's in that motherfucker as long as it's red. You know what I'm saying? Would you buy some damn Chinese cord blood? Nigga, come bring me back to the hospital tomorrow when you got some American. I want some American cord blood. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You know? Put me on a motherfucking waiting list, dude. Yes, sir. Well, all we have is this Chinese cord blood available. Or is that okay? Hell no, it's not okay. Shit. Chinese cord blood. Fuck no, dude. That's why the stock's been doing that shit, man. But it looks like it was running up back in last year. It was running. I don't know what happened. Was that earnings? Yeah, it looks like after earnings, something changed. Looks like something changed after earnings. Nice run up today, though. I'll give it to him today, though. Up 11.5%. Oh, thank you. Yeah. AEIQ. 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 This is the AI. There we go. AI-powered ETF. The AI-powered ETF. All right. So basically, this is like a computer. This is a computer selecting the percentages, selecting which particular stocks within the technology sector, and the certain amounts, you know, the ETF should carry. It's by Equibot, co-founder. It looks like he's got a little article there. Mm-hmm. Oh, hell yeah, man. You know, bro, let me tell you something. That's why I don't eat Chinese food anymore, bro. So I don't eat Chinese food anymore, dude. I'm suspicious. Especially that General Tao chicken. I remember my girlfriend brought home some General Tao chicken. I said, I ain't never seen no piece of chicken that looks like that, bro. That General Tao chicken don't look like no damn chicken to me, dude. You know? This shit is like all in a ball and shit. I'm like, what the hell? It literally looks like, it looks like rat fetus. You know, it looks like rat fetus or mouse fetus. You know, in a ball, and it's all like little dented up, and I've never seen chicken look like that. General So, was it General So, General Tao, whatever the fuck the name is? You know. Then again, I'm not trying to sound like a fucking racist or some shit like that. I'm just saying, man. You know. Chinese been eating monkey for chicken. Oh, I have no doubt in the hood they probably serving a monkey and shit. You know, especially these places in the hood. You know. Now, in the good neighborhoods, they don't do that shit, you know. Because in the good neighborhoods, like, oh, my God, is that a... You know, because they know they're animals. They know their species and shit. Oh, is that a Racketius or is it Rattus? Oh, my God. I'm calling my lawyer right now. You know? Motherfuckers in the hood, they don't know that shit. You know? Like, oh, damn, this is good. I don't know. Anyway, let's keep it going, man. Shit. What else? You said one of the Asian countries has a dog eating holiday. Yeah, man. They eat dog over there. People think, you know, it's a delicacy. It's a delicacy, man. It's a delicacy to eat dogs, man. They say all they know is shit is good and keep it coming. Yeah, and that's the sad thing, bro, because, you know, you go to these neighborhoods, bro, and the Chinese spot, you know, it's all it's doing is just ciphering money out the community, bro. And the women who go into these places, they cook better than the man at the grill. You know, because the Chinese food spot is always a man that's cooking. I don't know what that is, but you know, at the Chinese restaurants, it's always a man that's cooking. Sometimes you'll see a woman back there, but for the most part, they're men. They're doing the cooking. And the sister that's giving the money, you cook better than him. And I'm thinking like, okay, if 4 or 5 of y'all could get together, hit up one of these, you know, these dope boys or whatever these in the community, say, look, can you get us a spot? You know, $400, $500 a month. You know, these commercial spaces in the hood, they don't charge shit. They're like $400, $500 a month, literally. Put up, you know, a stove, get your licenses, whatever you got to do, and get it popping, man. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about restaurants, it's really that easy. It really is that easy. You know, these Chinese people, they come here with no money, bro. No money. And in 2 years, they living better than motherfuckers that been here their whole life, though. Crazy, bro. Just vampires of the hood. That's what I call them, man. They're like vampires of the hood. That's what I believe. The Chinese spots, the Arab liquor stores, you know, where they low-key be, you know, fucking niggas in the back for you know, blunt paper and shit like that? Oh, yes, man. You know, motherfuckers be going in the back giving Akbar some head for some blunt paper, bro. That's the hood, bro. You know? All right, let me look, because I'm going to end up being up anyway, because I want to make sure I do this Netflix trade right. But I think my eyes on Netflix, man. My eyes is on Netflix, just because there's more. It's running out of steam. I feel like it's running out of steam, but we'll see. I feel like it's running out of steam, but I'm going to catch that tomorrow, and I'll post my gains on Twitter like I always do. But I'm willing to lose on it. We'll see. Yeah, it's always a motherfucker by the name of Mohammed or Akbar or some shit like that. Did I look at AQ? Yeah, I looked at AQ. Yeah, we looked at AQ, you know. It's just a lot of volatility here, but it's too, you know, in my opinion, it's too much uncertainty for me. It's too much uncertainty when I look at this candlestick. When we look at the 5-minute chart, you'll see, you know, interesting day for the stock, right? You know, but we saw that sell off into the close. It's a lack of commitment into the close of the stock. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with AQ, but nice, you know, last couple of days, nice 2 days, right? Nice 2 days, but again with the close, you broke. You know, you broke the trend that had been developing there. Let me see here. Can I just get it straight? You know, you broke the trend line, which had been developing. Oh, are you still on it? Oh, you might actually still be on it there. Hold on. Oh, yeah, you might actually still be on it. You might actually still be on it. All right. You might actually still be on it. I'm giving you a little bit of space, but you actually might be still on it. I'm being generous with the space. I could be a lot closer, but not bad on AQ. No, I'm gonna buy puts on Netflix. I think Netflix is oversold from earnings. You might have one more day, but I think Netflix is. You need a nice solid red bar, you know, red candle. NFLX. Hold on. Let's get out of there. You see here with today's move, a lot of uncertainty. So I'm thinking a nice little sell-off, maybe even something like that. You try to make it happen today. You had dip buyers show up. I don't think they're able to keep coming over and over. But let's see. Here's the daily chart. As you can see here, you haven't had a red candlestick. You know, it's been a couple days since earnings. It's overextended based on my indicator here. So I'm gonna like to sell here at the top, buy some puts, and even if it goes against me, I'm willing to buy. And I'll tell you right now what I'd look at. I'll tell you right now on a stock like this, just because it's got a lot of volatility and it could come against you really quickly. NFLX. I wouldn't buy puts. I'd actually buy. I don't know. I would buy puts, but I wouldn't buy it out the money put. I would buy it in the money put. And my play would be, I'd go with February 16th. And I would get, what's that? What's the recent high? What's that recent high from here? 287. There it is. I'd get the February 16th 290 put. February 16th 290 put. That's going for 535 right now. That's what I would get tomorrow. That's what I would buy tomorrow. The 290 put for February 16th. And if this sells off $5 tomorrow, goes to 273, 272, you know, that's an option that goes up maybe even $3 tomorrow. You know, so I'd get it in the money put. Let me see here. Actually, hold on. I'm reading that wrong. Hold on. Let me change the date. Let me change the date. Let me change the date. I actually don't like the time on that. Hold on. God damn. Where's the volume at, man? Hold on, hold on, hold on. The calls. Yeah, okay. So no, I'll stick with that. I'll stick with that. I will sell. No, I'll stick with that. I'll sell the 290, excuse me. I'll sell the 290 call to help me buy the 290 put on February 16th. But damn, there's very little. Damn, there's not too much liquidity at 290 though. That's the problem. But that's where I want to be. That's what I want to be. Interactive brokers. Interactive brokers. But I'm looking at it now, I just realized there's not too much liquidity where I want to be. So let me come closer to in the money. Let me come closer in the money. Let's go down $10 at 280. All right, so 280, we got a lot more buyers with us. We got a lot more buyers with us. All right, so God, that call is more expensive though. No, but I'll stay with this one. All right, so I'm not even going to sell on this one. It's going to be a straight put. The 280 February 16th $10 put. The one the put that's going for $10. February 16th, 280 for $10. And the reason why you go in the money is because again, it's got a lot of volatility. So in case it bounces back, you're not taking huge. You're not, you know. It's not one of those things where it's, you know, oh my God, what just happened? I just lost. You know what I mean? Like if you were to buy something even closer to where it was trading at now, in terms of time value, you know, you don't want a February 2nd that's expiring on Friday. Can I put it on the screen? The options I'm looking at? Yeah, let me see if I can do that. Let me see if I can do that. 1 second. Can I do that? I can screen capture this, right? Hold on. All right. Can you see that? Hold on. All right, so this is what I want to buy. This is Netflix. I can't put the whole screen in there, you know, but this is the option. This is 280. This is calls. You already know. Left side is calls. Right side is puts. So this is the calls. Guys who are in long for February 16th. You know, 1.9 thousand on open interest. As you can see here on the put side, you know, not too much open interest, but a lot better than, you know, the 290s where I was looking at. I was looking at 290, and 290, there's barely anybody there, which is not a good thing because I'm only going to be buying, I'm not going to be buying any more than you know, maybe 10 max. So I want to make sure that I'm not in that heavy. I mean, with 10, I'm almost in with on based here on the open interest. You know, I'll be almost 4 to 5% of the open interest. I don't want to be that big, right? I want to make sure that I'm able to get out the trade when it's time to sell. So I would go with these 280s, right? So I'm a small percentage, barely anything of the open interest. My spread still is pretty wide. I don't like the spread, but here's the thing. Tomorrow, if we start seeing some movement, this will tighten up. This will tighten up. So it looks wide now, but it'll tighten up. And then that's when I would jump in on a straight put side of this. 280, February 16th, Netflix. All right? I would buy that. I would buy that. I would buy that. All right. Now the delta will improve as the stock sells off. This will get a lot better. You'll start to see the IV increase on that too as well. But that's how I would play that. That's how I would play that. All right. 280 puts. Yeah, the 280 in the money puts. That's how I would play that. All right. Now, here's the thing, though. Because I know some traders who would say, well, Sal, let me go back up. Who would look at that and say, well, dude, if it's at 272 and you know it's coming down, why wouldn't you just, buy, let's say, these 270 puts? Your spread is tighter. You can buy more. And there's a lot of liquidity here. Why don't you just do that? Well, here's the thing why I won't do that. Because it might not happen. Because it might not happen. And if it doesn't happen, I want to be able to sell back into the market and not take so much, of a kick in the ass. If you buy this 270 put tomorrow, Netflix is at 278, right? If you buy the 270 put or buy the 275 put, doesn't matter. You can make money on either of these tomorrow just because there's still some time left on this, right? If this doesn't happen, these are going to come down, and they're going to come down pretty aggressively. All right? Because the potential for profit goes lower. If this 280, right? Let's say for happen I go into it and now I'm in and I'm like, oh, okay, all of a sudden now the stock rises. We're at 292.60. Well, guess what? I'm still technically in the money. So although I bought, I bought it probably where I shouldn't have, I can still sell into the market without not incurring a significant loss. Do you guys get it? I know I'm not explaining the options as, thoroughly as I probably should. But there's less risk buying in the money than out the money. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm glad Moneybags you get it. Andrew Bags said you don't see anything on Black Box on dates. No, that's yeah, no, you see the option screen in your brokers, in your broker. The Black Box is just to mirror trades or to see alerts in trades. See, if I go on Black Box stocks, and I'm going to look at what other guys are doing, because of course I'm going to click the option screen. Of course, if you're interested, go to blackboxtrader.org. I'm going to type in Netflix, NFLX, and I'm going to see what other guys are trading, right? I'm going to see what other guys are trading, and I'm going to show you guys what other guys are trading. Actually, no, shit, I got to do it in another. Crap. Can I do it in this one? Screen capture. Can I capture Chrome? It doesn't capture Chrome really well. See, it doesn't capture Chrome very well. All right, so, shit. Real quick, hold on. Because I really want you to see this. Because I want you guys to at least get where I'm saying here. Real quick, and I'll get you guys out of here. One. But see, I can go all night on this, man, because this is the life, man. Just trading stocks for a living. Sign in. All right, so sign in. Gotta go on Firefox because that's the only way it shows. All right, so let me go in with this. All right. Hold on, that's not what I want. I want to show the whole thing. So here's the option screen in Black Box Stocks. Again, blackboxtrader.org. All right, so here's the screen. All right, so you see this. So this is what other guys are doing. So I'll go here, type in Netflix, NFLX. Here's the Netflix trades. These are completed Netflix trades and their values and what other guys are doing that the algorithm has selected as interesting trades. Now, as you can see here, these happened today. These were calls for today. All right, and it's interesting because obviously these guys were taking advantage of, I'm seeing here, if you look at these 958s, you can see they were playing that morning run up. Eventually it sold off. But I'm looking at some of these puts. This one in particular catches my eye. This one catches my eye, but wow, for Friday, he thinks it's going to go all the way. This is a nice one, though. This is a nice put right here. I don't like how, this guy's expecting Netflix to pull back. So as you can see here, he chose the 277.50 strike price, right? Let me put that screen back up there. All right. So let me put that back up there. He chose the 277. See if you can see the 277s up there. All right, so he chose 277.50s puts. And he's one of the few in there in that position. He's probably the only one in that position. No open interest. It didn't show because he got it today. So it's not going to show you if it's in, they got it today. It's going to say 0. Tomorrow you'll see something over there. But he bought the 255.50s. Oh, actually, no. Hold on. I was in the wrong date. 277.50s. He bought them today. Oh, so yeah, he's got quite a bit of competition in there. 277.50s. He bought 365 of them. He bought 365 of them. Right? As you can see here, 277.50s. He bought 264 of them. My bad. I'm reading the numbers all wrong. 264 of them. He bought them at 279.53. He bought them literally just before the close, 3:37 p.m. So this guy is saying he spent $90,000 of the trade. So this is a trade I want to copy. This is very close to a trade that I want to do tomorrow. I'm glad I went through this with you guys. I was going to eventually end up doing it, but good that I did it here on the show so you guys can see how I use the software. So I like this trade. I like what he's doing. I don't like the fact he's not giving himself enough time, because if it sells off tomorrow, I might get a second day. I might be able to get, a second day of selling, and, he probably can get another day of that because it expires on Friday. But if it goes into next week, he's shit out of luck. He's going to have to sell the option. But at the same time, he's going to make more money than me because his options got a lot more volatility, less time value. And if it goes in the money, I mean, it's going to be a killer trade for him. That $90,000, this guy can easily double his money if this goes to 276, 275. He can double that and make another 90K. He can make a 90K right there. He can double his money if this gets to 275. But this is how you trade options. This is a serious call here. If you see that 400, thank you for bringing that up, Cali Rob. Netflix, January 18th, 400. So obviously this is a guy who's saying, hey, look, I love what Netflix is doing. I believe streaming is here to stay. And he's got January 18th, 2019. So this would be considered a leap option. This is considered a leap option. He's putting $1 million on the line. This was a $1 million trade. He bought at 279.25, the 400 strike, 13.50, which is a steal for 13.50 for a year down the road. I mean, $1,300 for a year of time. That's a steal. So he bought 775 calls, 400. And here's the thing. He doesn't even have to hold this all year. If Netflix gets to 330, 340. All right, this 13.50 is probably going to become, it could very well be $17 to $18. He can sell this position at $18, and he doesn't have to hold it till year. He can literally sell in April. He can sell in June, in September. He doesn't have to hold it until 2019. So he's playing the long ball here, but again, he doesn't have to wait until that to make a killing on it. But that's another, is it smart? It's going to be smart if it continues to go higher. If Netflix continues to go higher, it's smart. All right? It's a smart trade. All right? Andrew said you saw a lot of calls. Yeah, there were a lot of calls because that's guys day trade options too. For example, I do that too. So guys are day trading options. You can tell the trades that are going for more than that day based on that, as you see that date. All right? So the guy had a 2019 call. He's not buying a 2019 call to sell today. All right? The guy who had an expiration for a put option for tomorrow, for Friday, he's not buying that for today. He's not spending $90,000 for maybe an intraday move. Could have been. But at 337, that's clear as day, and the market closes at 4. That tells you he's doing it for tomorrow. He's doing it for tomorrow. So you've got to see what time they're buying, how long the expiration is left on that particular option, where they bought it at, and then you can, from then on, judge, all right, this is what that guy is doing. This is what that guy's doing. All right. Block means, what is the word? Yeah, because they give you because there's sweep and then there's block. Let me give you the proper definition for that. When they say block, that these alerts indicate, let me put that back on. Let me see. All right, so it doesn't fit in the screen. Yeah, it doesn't fit in the screen. All right, let me see if I can capture it for those of you guys who want to see what that means when you see it here on. So the block alerts mean these indicate a large block or sweep trade. Blocks are a single large trade executed at one exchange. Sweeps are large trades that are broken up and executed often across multiple exchanges. All right. So a sweep could be multiple orders, but a block is like, okay, when that $1 million trade went through, he bought it at one swoop. Boom. $1 million, 400 for 2019. So that was a confirmed $1 million purchase. Open interest, obviously, open interest is exceeded. These alerts indicate a single block or trade has exceeded that day's open interest. All right, so the alerts are broken down by color code. The alerts are broken down by color code. Same with many of the other plays too as well. If you look at some of the pre-market alerts, when you go through the process as well, and we can show you that real quick. When they're showing you on black box, it's probably too small. Yeah, it's too small. So different color alerts, price spike alerts, volume active alerts, pre-market alert, which is blue, retracement alerts. These are really good for stocks that are increasing in price. All right, increase in price from the pre-market compared to previous day. This is a really nice price for squeezes and shit like that. Rapid decline alert. If you see the trigger and it's red, this is typically a great short indicator. You probably can't see that one. That's all the way at the bottom. All right, it's blackboxtrader.org. Blackboxtrader.org. Please sign up. Only $79 a month, man. Only $79 a month. I'm telling you, it pays for itself. $79 a month, but you just got to learn how to use the website. You got to learn how to use it to your advantage. I like it for options. You can use it for stocks, but I like it for options. All right. Absolutely, Callie. That's exactly what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. That's a great trade. That's a very smart trade. You know, and you see quite a few trades like that when you look at NVIDIA and stuff too. I've noticed trades like that. All right. So let me get up out of here, man. It was a great show today. Good for us to see what Trump was talking about and whatnot. And I'll be back tomorrow, hopefully with some profit in Netflix or some other trade. But Netflix is or Win. I'm still looking at Win too. All right, still looking at Win too. Let me ring the bell out of here. Yes, indeed. Ring the bell. Appreciate you guys. All right. Another great day talking about stocks. Looking forward to that trading day tomorrow. You saying what are puts? Hey, I got a video on that. I got a video on option trading. Check that out. You can just type in option trading on my channel. Pops right up, or options. Check out tastytrade.org or tastytrade.com. They got a great, website teaching people how to trade options. Thank you, Londell Carter. Callie Robb, Moneybags, Hams Beer, Joel Lopez, Relative 9696, HM, Gucci. Add me on Twitter, OTC3000, Instagram, Free Stock Picks. Check out my website, advancedequityresearch.com. Subscribe if this is your first time here. I should be asking that at the beginning of the year, at the beginning of the damn show. I'll be missing up. Check out all my friends down here in the description. Tim Sykes, MillionaireTradingAcademy.com, BlackBoxTrader.org. Donate to the show if you got it like that. Appreciate you. Shout out to all my people on Patreon. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Yes, indeed. Andrew Gladness. All my callers who are probably long in bed by now, like I should be. All right, guys. I'll talk at you guys tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Happy trading.